Hi, and welcome back to I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Jeanette Burke, and we are welcoming Stacey He, who is a financial planner for Busy Career Woman and The Savvy Woman, talking to us in her first part of a four-part series that we have put together just for you guys on women and finance. So welcome, Stacey, for The Love of Money, part one.
Thank you, Jeanette.
So nice to see you back.
Very nice seeing you again.
And
it's good to be back.
You too. Yeah. So, now, this time we're really got to get down to the nitty gritties, right. Okay? Yeah. The average Canadian, $30,000 in debt. That's what StatsCan predicts. Yeah. Okay, so I want to know, Stacey, how, and I'm sure my viewers want to know this too, how can you help them, with these women, have more of the money they love and do what they want with it? Right,
yeah. I think we're very good as women spending money that we don't have for things that we love, right? And we all do it.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir now.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And I think really the key is to have a plan in terms of paying down the debt, right? It's learning to live really within our means and really sitting down with someone and working out what exactly do we need to pay it off by a certain date, right? I think we have a goal in mind. It's a lot better, and we work towards that, right? And I think that's the key, is first not to get into debt, but secondly, if you do, have a plan to get out of it, right? It's an exit strategy really, and not really going into a continuous loop and breaking that loop essentially.
Now, the plan though, to a lot of people, that means a financial commitment, you know, of X amount of dollars a month to pay off the debt. Right. To some women, that doesn't work because that commitment means they can't go out and buy more clothes. Right. So yes, how do you have a happy medium? Yeah. A life with paying off the debt.
Right, right. And I think it's knowing that, okay, you know what, if you're living in the moment and you're buying the things you love and you're racking up the debt, 30 years down the road, you have to pay it off still. And it's going to get worse at that time, right? It's not going to, you know, you kind of put it under the carpet and forget about it. Your debt will always be there. And really it's, at the end of the day, making some sacrifices and knowing, you know what, I'll forego some things today so that I can have a better future down the road, right? And finding that right balance. I think it's so important for us to keep that in mind, and that it's not going away. Right?
Yes, but you know what, it's astonishing to me and probably to you too, how many people think that the debt is like magically going to disappear?
That's right.
Or that somebody's coming to save them and is going to pay the debt off for them.
Or something,
Yeah, so why do women get so caught away in this love affair? You know, that you know, it's going to, somebody magically is going to take it away.
Right.
You know, why do we do that to ourselves? That's a self-sabotaging behavior. Why do we do that to ourselves?
Yeah, and I think ignorance is bliss, almost in this case. If we forget about it, then it's not there. And I think a lot of us, it's because we don't know. I'm always shocked at how many of us don't know exactly how much money we need at retirement, or how much we need to fund our kids' education. Had you known that you need to put away just $200 every month from this age to this day, you'll be fine retirement. I think we all can do that, but we don't know these numbers, right? We're just sort of living day by day. And hoping that
and maybe paycheck by paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So we don't think about it. There's something that you write quite often, and it really kind of impresses me, and I wanted to quote it exactly the way you write. This is how you sign off your communications, your emails, and I like this. And it reads, "Wealth is not how much you make, but how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for."
Right.
Which is quite a statement. I'd like to know, where do you drive this from? What does it mean to you, and what should it mean to us?
I find as women, we work very hard for our money and in our careers, and money is not working hard for us. Right? We work hard and then we spend it all, right? And really, I have clients that are making six-figure incomes, but they can't save a single penny at the end of every month, and at the rate they're going, they're not going to be ready for retirement, right? And they're not going to enjoy the fruits of their labor, essentially. And that's really where that phrase came from, in the sense that I want money to be working hard for them, right? And your money should be earning money, right? Money on top of money, and it's really like a snowball. It should be getting larger and larger, right? And that's what it means to me in that sense is if I'm working hard right now, I want my money to take care of me later, right? When I need to rest.
Well, so do I, because I don't want to be one of those ladies who winds up eating cat food,
Right.
you know, for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
So the thing that I'm wondering about, you just said that women, a lot of women, and this is true too, and I've got a stats here, so I just want to quote it correctly.
Right.
3% of Canadians are now earning over $250,000. Sorry, 1% of Canadians are now earning over $250,000, and 1% are earning over $100,000. How, and percentage-wise, how many are women? And do you see more women stepping into the 3% versus the 1% of income earners if they don't have the motivation to quit spending?
Right. I think we really are a new generation of women. I think we are empowered to do as much as we can, really give back to society and do a good job at our careers. It no longer, a lot of us, we don't see our job as a job, it's a career now, right? And it's sad to see that you're earning six-figure incomes and not having anything at the end, right? But I do see more women earning more money, and a lot of times they're out earning their husbands. And so it's important to, now that you have money, know how to manage it. We don't just make money so we can spend it. Know where it's supposed to go and how it's supposed to work for you.
Okay, we have only 5 more minutes, so I want to get to a few more points. Okay. Now, Valentine's Day is upon us, right? And a lot of single women get very down around Valentine's Day, and they self-soothe by shopping.
Right.
So the ramifications of that, obviously, are they're not going to be financially fit because the debt isn't going to go away. But maybe you could give us a tip on how we could self-love without maybe overspending or hitting the mall.
Right. I think as women, we love to pamper ourselves, right? We just do. And I think it's important for us to save for an experience rather than things. Right? Instead of getting a bag, a holiday, save for a trip to somewhere that you love. Save for an experience. And I think that's so much more motivating than enjoying a bag for 5 seconds and really forgetting about it after. And so really that's my solution in that sense, right? Save for something that's more of an experience related event.
Right, or in some experiences that you're not really saving for, but just doing to avoid going into spending. Don't go in the mall. Find a different way to get together with your girlfriend. Have a coffee. Right, it's a lot cheaper. Exactly. Put a piece of chocolate in your mouth for $2. Like that won't break the bank.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, another quick question in the Valentine's Day theme.
Right.
Women are key decision makers in the household. They have more increased buying power, earning power. Is that a positive or negative effect on the genders? Does it make a gap?
That's a really interesting question, and I think I have that debate with friends and clients all the time. And I see these families where women are earning more income. I think we almost have to find a balance in the sense that I think the husbands need to. I think as women, we still want husbands to treat us, right? We still want them to pay for the expenses.
At least on Valentine's Day. At least on Valentine's Day.
That's right. So I think it's where women can save most of their money in retirement for the family, and where men can take care of the everyday living expenses. So finding that right balance, right? And it's got to work that way rather than a one-way street where the woman is earning more money.
Right, but is there a gender gap? Because some women are afraid that if they earn too much, they're going to demasculinize their man. He's not going to step up.
Right, I do see that actually, where women who can actually climb very high in the corporate world, and they sort of back down and relax a little because their husbands are not earning nearly as much. And I don't think that's what women should do. I think really is go for what you need to go for, and learning how to manage your money properly. Talk out with your husband about your finances, right? Who should contribute what and how much. And once you work that out, there shouldn't be any problems in the family. Okay,
so Stacey, we need to talk about how we can find you. Your website is thesavvywoman.com.
Yes.
thesavvywoman.com. This is Stacy He, financial planner for busy career women. You have a wonderful giveaway too today.
Oh, yes, right.
So she's giving away 2 movie passes with popcorn and drinks and everything worth $50. You can go out with your mate. You can have a talk about your finances, or you can just relax. So that's from Stacy, and that's the first caller in to claim it at 416-802-0655. And Stacy, pleasure having you. Stacy will be back for another 3 shows, 3 more segments on women in finance. We're going to talk a bunch of different things. We got some very cool stuff coming up. Anyway, we're out of time, sorry. And we will be right back with Hugh Riley, who is the founder of That Channel, thatchannel.com, That Channel Media, on following your passion, turning it to profit, and creating a business and life you love. Stay with us. I'm Jeanette Burke, and we'll be right back on I'm Every Woman TV.